It's time now for your World Cup update. I'm joined on the set by James Vicina. Hi, James.
Hello,
a rough night for the French fans. They were knocked out of the World Cup by Spain.
Absolutely. World Cup is finished for French matters over here. Or at least the enthusiasm has gone down a little notch. A really rough night for them, but you can't take away from Spain. Outclassed by them on that. Spain largely superior in Tuesday's first semi-final, controlling the game, stopping France in their tracks. They were able to shine on the pitch from the very first minutes. That's when you could really feel that things were going to go in their favour. France were clumsy from the beginning. Luca Digne giving away a penalty as he didn't see Lamine Yamal coming his way inside the box. That penalty was scored by Mikel Oyarzabal, with La Roja then keeping the momentum going with their defence as solid as it has been throughout the tournament. Pedro Porro doubling the advantage before the hour, meaning that Spain then qualify for the final and are feeling stronger than ever.
We knew that we really had to hurt France. We really had to find that high pressing and behind those first players that were trying to press us. We had to be behind them. We know France very well, but we also have a way to counteract this, and the players had really interpreted this to perfection. We are a team, and when you're facing a team like us, then we're unbeatable, and that's how we're feeling now.
And understandably feeling so he is. They let France have just 3 shots on target, Spain scoring both of theirs. Let's get more with Selina Sykes' take on it. She was at the game in Dallas and has this for us. Here she is, Selina Sykes.
Well, I said if anybody had the blueprint to beat France, it was the Spanish, and that's exactly what's happened here in Dallas. As predicted, the Spanish dictated play in midfield with their high possession and absolutely incredible work rate off the ball. Rodri was absolutely excellent. He showed exactly why he's a Ballon d'Or winner, snuffing out so many attempts at attacks by the French and also putting Spain forward. La Roja stunned and suffocated the French in that absolute masterclass. All of that attacking talent for Les Bleus, Michael Olise, Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele. Well, they've dazzled here at this World Cup, but they were completely neutralised by La Roja. It's their control and discipline that wins through. It's been less eye-catching, shall we say, up until now, but it provided an absolute masterclass against the French. Should perhaps Didier Deschamps have put on another midfielder? Aurélien Tchouameni and Adrien Rabiot look very outnumbered at times in the middle of the pitch. As expected, it's often not the most entertaining football that ends up winning big competitions, and Spain are looking increasingly ominous. They were under the radar at the beginning of this World Cup, but they're now in the final and seem to be peaking at exactly the right time as defensive prowess overpowers the tournament's best attack.
Selina Sykes there in Dallas. And yes, Spain really played some excellent football. France's manager even praised them.
I mean, he's recognising the talent that was on the pitch, you know. I mean, it's and fair play. I mean, it's, you know, the right way to go about things when your team isn't up to par. Nobody, of course, can shy away from Spain's talent last night. Didier Deschamps, who has just 1 game left then as a French manager. He'll be playing for 3rd place at the weekend. Definitely not a game that he had in mind and one that he wanted to finish on. But hey, that is what it is for Didier Deschamps. Here he is with these words for the Spanish side.
I'm not going to say that the lack of attacking and technical flair that we've shown up until now is entirely down to us. You have to give credit to the opponent, but I'm not going to condemn anyone or take anything away from what we've achieved up until now. I'll say it again, in a match like this, against a team like that, you have to be your absolute best, and we simply weren't tonight.
Spain's manager got a call also from the country's king, who was watching the game back home together with his family. De La Fuente said that he was proud to have received the call and that the monarch showed interest there in the team. Spain, who are now undefeated in 37 international games. Ginny, that's a record that we saw Italy track. We've tracked them reach that record. They've now equalised that, so absolutely huge. And of course, if Spain, should they go on to win the World Cup, then they would beat that historic record there.
Right, but that's still to be determined because there's another big game coming up today to see who Spain is going to play. That's between England and Argentina for their spot in the final.
For their spot, and this is a huge game as well. I mean, France versus Spain already was big, but there's a lot of history, of course, between Argentina and between England's history that now is only on the pitch. Of course, at one point it did bring politics into it, but this is clearly one of the biggest rivalries in world football that returns to the global stage 24 years after they last met in the World Cup. It was in 2002 when David Beckham scored a penalty, redeeming himself from this moment here that resulted in his early red card exit in the 1998 World Cup in France. Him and Diego Simeone, who have now become better friends since that game at that point. But now the big stars are the likes of Harry Kane and Lionel Messi, who will be meeting for the first ever time in their career. And Thomas Tuchel then at the reins for the Three Lions knows very well what awaits them.
I think the players are very aware of both countries, what it means to them. If a fixture provides, like you said, so many iconic moments, I think you cannot just say it's just another football match. But as a coach, we do exactly that. I feel the players are very excited. I feel them very ambitious for this semi-final. No one is satisfied, and it's exactly the right mixture.
There, and good news, so Declan Rice will be available again for the Three Lions. Declan Rice, who was taken off early and didn't have the best time and wasn't in the best of shapes at the last game for England, but should be back then, a crucial part of the squad for him. Well, the World Cup can also serve as an eye-opener for younger talent. He's far from being new in any case on the scene, and has 54 caps to his name. Jude Bellingham has attracted considerable praise from across the world. Here's a closer look at the England and Real Madrid midfielder who's playing in his second World Cup.
6 goals, 1 assist, and a nation on its feet. Who is Jude Bellingham, and why is he so vital to England's squad? Born in Stourbridge, West Midlands, the 23-year-old midfielder has now become the youngest European player to represent his country at 4 major tournaments. England's number 10 began playing at the age of 7 for his local Sunday League team, Stourbridge FC, before joining Birmingham City to continue his development. At Birmingham City, he progressed to the under-18s at just 14 and debuted for the under-23s at just 15 years old. By 17, Bellingham made his senior England debut, going on to represent his country at the Euros in 2020 and 2024, as well as the 2022 and 2026 World Cups, becoming a true role model for young players.
Everyone feels that, one local lad has gone this far in the England team. He's like a hero for other local people, local children, knowing you work hard, you can meet your dreams and, aspire to who you want to be.
After delivering key performances and crucial goals, his West Midlands hometown has been backing him every step of the way.
He's become an international sensation because he's the coolest man currently living, maybe. I think he's maybe the best player on the England team.
With the tournament still underway, both his hometown and the rest of the country will be watching to see just how far Jude Bellingham can take this England team.
And kick off their juniors. You saw there 8 p.m. in England, 9 p.m. of course at Paris time for England versus Argentina. Now there is something that we do need to talk about coming up in a few days' time. There is the final, of course, and this, though, another serious matter. There's been serious matters taking place, happening throughout the tournament. This one, though, has been a topic of controversy since the organisation for the final began, and it's now seeming more and more likely that an interval of up to 25 minutes may take place on Sunday. The rules of football clearly state that half-time must not last more than 15 minutes, but FIFA is set on ignoring that. They're setting up a half-time show with singers of the likes of Madonna and Shakira to perform, much like the United States traditional Super Bowl show. So that, of course, could come with risks of the longer breaks, causing the players to cool down, of course, but also breaking up the momentum of the game. And I'm sure people will be happy seeing the performances. I know the Super Bowl, Jeannie. I mean, you probably know much better than I do how popular the Super Bowl show is in the United States. But this is something new to football and the impact on players.
New to football outside of the United States, because it's true for many of the Americans who are there in the house. If they just got a 15-minute show with Madonna and Shakira, I think they'd be pretty mad. So we'll see what happens with that. Thank you so much for that, James Vicina, there with your World Cup update. Thanks to you for watching, and stay with us. So we will be back with more in just a few moments' time.